So let's talk about the album Venus Doom. Because I know you haven't talked about it at all, probably, right?
But, well, we talked about it when it came out, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
And we talked to each other.
Do you really?
Yeah.
In general,
also about the album. We analyze it
What do
in
you
the
say?
bus.
How do you analyze it?
It's in Finnish. It's kind of hard. It doesn't really translate too well.
Sure. So say in Finnish, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Oli laiteltu.
Oh, right.
We'll translate that. It's probably cursing.
No,
It's not. It was totally about the album. Yeah. What do you want to know?
What I was going to ask, actually, is about the lyrics and the vocals. There's a real vulnerability there. And I was just wondering, they're his. You don't think so?
Well, I don't know.
I was just wondering. He's laughing at me. I was just wondering if you ever had moments where you felt like you put too much of yourself out there.
No.
And didn't keep enough for yourself.
No, it depends on the songs. Some songs bring more emotion out, and then it's funny at times. I met people who consider one line of a song being such an emotional moment. And at the end of the day, I was there in the studio half naked with a bottle of beer in my hand and talking to my mom at the same time, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, that's the cool thing about music, that it does evoke images in people's heads and vibes and, emotional states. That's why we do music. But it's not that I would be on the verge of tears when I'm singing. There's many things going on. You got to be in tune.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna try to remember the lyrics or read the lyrics. You got to be a certain distance away from the mic to get the sound as good as possible. So once you're over with that, then you let the emotional work begin, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always emotional. I guess every instrument, playing an instrument, is always emotional. Once you get over the technical aspects, so to speak. So I don't guess that the vocals are more vulnerable, or the lyrical aspect of it than before.
I noticed that there's a lot with this album. You seem to have stripped down the sound. So it's more, the sound is more...
it's a bit more straightforward, yeah.
Yeah, it's more
not as
straightforward. And the cover is also a little different than what you normally do.
Yeah, that just happened. We have several albums with the Hardware logo of the band on the covers, and I have a couple of ideas to do Hardware in a new way again, but at this time around, I wrote most of the songs back home, and I had the original painting on my wall, and it gave me a lot of inspiration. And in a way, the eyes of that lady on the painting saw me at my most vulnerable. So the creative process and a lot of my meltdowns and shit happened under her watchful eyes. So in that sense, for me personally, it's very important in that sense, And when I look at the cover, it's like looking at my living room. So I feel at home, which is kind of sick, but at the same time, it's very intriguing, isn't it?
It is.
I think it's a really interesting picture.
Well,
I
like
take
it.
a lot of different things from it.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good thing about art in general. I don't know shit about art. I don't know much about artists. I just walked through, I was walking through French Quarters in New Orleans and just had a day off and was hungover, and then saw that painting in the gallery and went in there, and I never had purchased any art, so I was calling up my manager and is this and this amount too much, or what should I do? Can you negotiate on the prices in the gallery or whatever? And then I ended up just buying it. I really fell for it. So it was a great
cool.
painting.
That's the way art should be.